Hi, Jay Fairbrother here with the Local Coach. Just wanted to talk today a little bit about our philosophy and some of the assumptions that we will use in our White Label Mobile Mastermind program. It's important that you understand some of our basic fundamentals and know where we're coming from, so that as you learn the details in this program, first of all, hopefully there won't be any surprises and you know what you're getting yourself into, and most importantly, just again, so you know where we're coming from. So first, I want to say that in a program like this, we firmly believe that what you get out of the program is equivalent to what you put into it. So if you passively go through this program and don't attempt some of the things we're going to give you, if you don't participate in the program, contribute to the mastermind forum, then the results that you'll get out of the program you should expect will be significantly less than the equivalent results somebody who really participates and really gets into this and really tries some new things and tries to change some behaviors, form some new habits, and follow some of the things that we're going to do. One of the things that's important to understand about our approach is that we firmly believe that your sales skills trump and are more important than your sales tools. We're going to provide both, but a lot of people get really wrapped up in thinking they need selling tools and that selling tools are going to save them and create sales. As I said in webinars leading up to this, you could have the best PowerPoint, the best website, the best video in the world, but that alone is not going to make a sale one-on-one to another small business owner. So they're both important, but if you have to err on one end of the spectrum or the other, you want good selling skills in order to be successful. I've seen people get stuck in analysis paralysis and feel that they need to know every possible thing somebody could ever ask them about the SMS or mobile website platform that they might be selling, everything that somebody ever might want to know about mobile marketing in general, and literally spend weeks and weeks just sort of researching and studying, and it's a great thing to build their confidence, which is important. We're going to talk about that. But if you have, on the flip side of that, I've seen people who they literally do not even log in to the SMS platform that they may have just bought. They go out and buy their white label. They don't even log in and look at it, and they're out on the street selling. I'm not advising that kind of approach either. But again, if you're going to err on one end of the spectrum or the other, that's the one you want to be on. Hit the streets, make some presentations, make some mistakes, learn from them, get out and just try to start talking to other business owners. So again, we want to provide sales skills and sales tools, but we're going to focus on the sales skills. One of the things I always like to use as a reference point, I think that internet marketing has taught us many things in online marketing, but one of them has been clear, and that is that you do not need to know everything about a subject in order to be an expert. If you know more than 90% of the other people, you are an expert. You qualify. You can present yourself as somebody who can help teach the other 90% how to succeed. So one of the things that we want to work with you on in the beginning is to make sure you have enough knowledge in terms of mobile marketing, SMS, mobile websites, to go out and present yourself legitimately and with integrity as an expert, but not to get so bogged down in the nitty-gritty of the technology and the solutions so that it prevents you from going out and getting clients. We believe very strongly in a consultative and solution selling process. Selling is not, contrary to what some other sales trainers and some other people running programs exactly like ours are out there saying, sales is not a numbers game. And let me explain that comment. If you only make 3 presentations, you may not get a sale, but you also may not be failing, because that's not enough there are not enough numbers to be able to draw that conclusion accurately. So it's important because not everyone is going to, even if you were the best salesperson in the world, not everyone's going to buy what you're selling. So the better your skills, the better your ratio of the number of times you're going to make a sale and get a client will be. But to say that sales is a numbers game is just silly. If you're in a small market, playing the numbers game could actually destroy your business. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're in a small market, and let's just take a tattoo shop, because tattoo shops are actually very good prospects for SMS marketing to use for their business. But if you're in a small market, maybe you only have 6 tattoo shops in your entire market. If you're in a small town or rural area. And so if you approach sales as a numbers game and you have lousy skills and go run through your 6 tattoo shops, now where are you without any tattoo shops to sell? So my point is that sales is not a numbers game in the sense of you can mess up all of your attempts to get an appointment, to make a presentation and get a client and still be successful. There's definitely low-hanging fruit. There's people out there who have caught the mobile bug, small business owners I'm talking about, who are actually looking for a solution for somebody to they're looking for somebody to walk in and offer them a service in using SMS, or they know they need a mobile website. In the sales jargon, that's what we call laydowns or low-hanging fruit. And you'll get those, and I hope you get a lot of them. And certainly if you call enough people, you'll find some of those. And a lot of times you'll see that touted as success. What we want to do is we want to help you find some low-hanging fruit, but we also want to improve your chances in improving the ratio for you to be able to walk in and make a sale and get a new client. Unfortunately, with this kind of approach, what it means is that there are no magic bullets. There is not a one-size-fits-all approach. So we are never going to advocate that everybody, no matter where you are in your business, meaning are you just starting out, or have you been doing this for a couple of years, are you alone versus do you have a sales force? You will never see us advocate that everyone should take only one approach. We're going to offer you several approaches. We're going to try to help you figure out the approach that's going to work best for you and give you some skills so that you can adapt approaches to fit your needs, your strengths, and your business. One of the things that we're going to work on is this idea of you being a consultant versus selling a service. So the first step in that is you have to earn trust. And ultimately, we want you to become a trusted advisor for the business, meaning someone that the business owner looks to as an expert, a trusted expert, in the areas that you're representing, whether that's just SMS or SMS mobile websites or SMS mobile websites, SEO, reputation management, social media, all of the skills, certain services that you might offer under your business umbrella. Regardless of the number of services, you want to position yourself as a consultant. And one of the key things you need to do there is earn the trust of the business owner. There are so many little things that lead. You can't just walk. No one deserves trust. Trust has to be earned. There's so many little things that you can do that actually will hurt your ability to earn that trust. I'll give you one little example. It's a little pet peeve of mine, and hopefully this will set you apart from all of your competitors who might be approaching the same businesses. One of the things I hate to see is projections and expectations that are misleading. And here's my example. In 98% of the cases that I've seen of what other trainers are advising and other consultants are doing, you walk into a business with some idea of, okay, if I build your SMS list to 1,000 people and we send out a blast, you're going to get, X percent response, even if it's this range, and those people are going to come in and spend X. So let's just say I did that math and I said, every time you send out a blast, you're going to earn an additional $1,000 in revenue. And we're going to do that, 3 times a month. So there's $3,000 in revenue that I'm bringing you through this service, and I'm going to charge you $500 a month. So your profit is $2,500. Again, 98% of the time, that's the way that information is presented. What I'm going to advise you to do is, and where I think that is misleading, is you have not taken into account what you might be offering that the business owner has to discount in order to bring in the people to spend that $3,000. So, in other words, if I have to knock 25% off my price that I would normally get for somebody walking in and spending the equivalent of that $3,000, you want to take that into account when you're building these projections. Because if you don't, the business owner will, believe me, the business owner will immediately in their head, before you've even finished the sentence, the business owner will be thinking, yes, but that's going to cost me X amount in product or food or service that I'm delivering that I have to pay people for. The business owner is already doing that math in their head. You're presenting this solution, you don't even acknowledge that, and you're trying to convince the business owner you just made them a $2,500 profit after your cost. There's a disconnect. So again, just that one little thing, just acknowledging and actually ask them, what will be if I do this scenario, and let's say we bring in this $3,000, and let's say we're going to offer, this is what we're using to get those people in the door, some kind of an inducement, some kind of ethical bribe to have them come in and respond to your SMS campaign. So what is your, I'm suggesting you ask the business owner, what is your cost to provide that? Let's subtract that so you see what you're really making when we run this campaign, and after you pay me and after you discount your service or product or food, what you really be making. One little example, but I use it to demonstrate this idea of how to earn trust in the process of getting clients and working with them. Free trials. I don't like them. A lot of people use them. Some people use them quote unquote successfully. But here's where here's the problems I have with free trials. Number one, I don't like to do anything for free. Number two, I think it cheapens you and your value. If you're willing to do something for free, then maybe you're also willing to do something for really inexpensively. So I prefer to position myself as an expert, as a consultant, as somebody who's going to help them, but I expect to be paid for it, and I expect it to be compensated fairly and valued for my time. I'm not going to digress into why free trials, all the reasons that we don't like free trials, but I will acknowledge, and we're going to give you some couple strategies if you choose to at the beginning, if you're just starting out your business. If you're ever going to do a free trial or ever going to discount your services, it should be right at the start before you have any clients, because that's actually, first of all, a very legitimate and effective selling strategy to go in and ask for somebody to help you get established, one business owner to another. But that's really the only time that I would suggest you discount or offer free trials. And then we'll get into discussion too about some other ways you can offer a free campaign or a free part of the service free, that kind of stuff as an inducement. But just, here, try this for 30 days, or here, I'll work for you for free for 30 days. I don't like it, and we stay away from it. So it's important you know that. Another one of my favorite subjects is what I call the short code mentality. And this is not a knock on short codes. This is a knock on many, not all, but many short code marketers. And this is basically the sort of philosophy that short code was built around. And that is, and it's because of everybody using a shared short code, it's the idea that a business just needs one keyword. And that if, to sell a business on SMS text marketing, all you need to do is walk in, give them one keyword and some messages, and they're off and running. And it's just not very smart. And we'll talk more about this later in the program, but with any kind of business and any kind of marketing, you never want to use a one-to-all approach. You want to segment your lists. You want to target your messages, your offers, and your promotions to the different segments of customers. And every single business, I don't care how small you are, has segments of customers within the business. Not all your customers are the same. So in order to be an effective consultant, you want to be able to provide smarter marketing. And this again will set you off from the people out there just selling a service, so that you are building a long-term relationship and providing long-term value to the business. Along those lines, and again, this applies to across multiple services, but specifically I'll address SMS here. We advise that you offer a managed service, a done-for-you service. One of the things I've seen over and over again is a small business owner is sold an SMS service by a salesperson. The salesperson leaves. The small business owner is left with a bunch of, tutorials or videos or training manuals and maybe, some email support to try to figure out the SMS service, how to use it, how to send messages back and forth and set up campaigns and that kind of stuff. And even if they get that part, then there's no one working with them on the strategy of employing SMS effectively for the business. Because again, in my experience, working with hundreds of people like you, not all SMS campaigns are successful. Just because you send out something that offers a discount doesn't mean people are going to flood into the business's door every single time. So part of the strategy to be an effective consultant in mobile marketing is going to be to deliver appropriate campaigns to the different types of businesses, to evolve those campaigns and try new things for each business, and not just keep doing the same thing over and over again. You've heard that. You keep doing the same thing, expect a different result. So we advise that you position yourself to deliver a managed service, and we'll talk to you. Believe me, we fully want you to end up scaling your business so that you're not just a one-person shop, and that you're not having to spend all your time managing campaigns and can't be out selling and getting new clients. So we will absolutely, in the course of this program, talk to you about how to set up systems and processes and ultimately scale your business. And there's ways to do both. There's ways to manage campaigns and scale at the same time. So we'll get there. But very important, you want to be a mobile consultant. You want to work with businesses to integrate SMS with other traditional advertising, with mobile websites, with QR codes, maybe location-based services, social media. So you want to become an integrated marketing expert and help the business establish a long-term benefit from what you are offering and the value that you bring. You're familiar with the market in terms of the kinds of pricing that are out there for these services that we're offering. You are not going to make this work for yourself in a very positive way if you just make the sale. There aren't many businesses out there who are going to pay you a couple $1,000s a month to run an SMS campaign, for instance. So you need more than a few businesses, first of all, and you need them to be with you long term. So if you just make the SMS sale and 3 months later they stop the service because either they're not seeing the results, or, as I've seen in many cases, they actually may be getting great results, but no one's showing them and translating the value of those results to the business. In either case, if they're only with you a few months, it's not going to work long term for you to build a really successful mobile consulting business. So again, we want to bring you to that magical trusted advisor status. That is what will end up giving you long-term revenue making you the most money, making you proud of what you've accomplished, proud of the value that you're providing to businesses. And the more that you do that and the longer you do it, the easier it is to charge higher prices, the easier it is to bring additional services to the business that may benefit them, and to really make this thing fire on all cylinders. So again, in summary, these are some of our basic philosophies. We hope that you'll work with us to dive into the detail of all of these things, and we're going to show you how to do all this stuff. And again, it's not, we're putting the focus on this program to say, hey, use this program to go out and get new clients. That's our main goal. But definitely as part of this program, we're going to work with you on how to keep those clients long term and how to really make a great business for yourself selling mobile marketing. So that's it for today. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.